Hey guys, my name's Anthony and you're watching Anthony J. Pow. Now, if you're like me and you subscribe to all the travel deals, you are probably getting bombarded with email after email about all of these insane deals that the cruise lines are offering. They have made it so tempting because they're trying to book cruises now for the future. But then when I sit there and think about it, I realize this is probably not a good time to book a cruise just yet. Now, one of the most important factors to take into consideration when you're looking for a cruise is price. Right now, a lot of the cruise lines are anticipating going back into commission around September, October, maybe even August. So what they're doing is all of their pricing for the 2021 cruises are based on business as usual, which means that the prices are pretty standard. Now, throughout 2020 so far, the cruise start dates have been pushed back farther and farther and farther. If they are pushed back even more, you are going to start seeing prices drop for your 2021 cruises, even if you're looking at peak times. I'm thinking that if you book maybe later in the year of 2020, you are going to get insane prices for 2021 cruises. Cruise lines are going to be adding in a lot of extra perks in addition to low prices. We could see things like added onboard credit, extra amenities like free Wi-Fi, and even some cruise lines are offering free or majorly reduced drink packages. So be patient because I think you're gonna have some really good savings. I'm holding off on booking because I'm waiting for an insane price for a 2021 cruise that includes awesome perks like that. Now, once the quarantine is over and cruises are able to resume, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of changes, including new policies, rules, and procedures. I'm thinking that some of these can really hinder or just completely ruin the cruise experience. Now, typically, before you cruise, part of your initial paperwork packet is a health questionnaire where you're just checking off yes or no. But what could happen is a lot more in-depth paperwork that you're going to have to fill out, maybe even having to get a clean bill of health from a medical professional. One thing that might get added to the embarkation process is a health screening, which is where you might actually have to go in and do a mini little exam before you even get on the ship. So because of these extra checks that we might have to do, embarkation could get dramatically slowed down. That's going to cut out time that you get to spend on the ship exploring. If social distancing rules are put in place when cruising resumes, you might see limited access to the theater, so therefore less shows. So instead of seeing a show every single night like I love to do, you might only get to see one every other night. There could be limited capacity even more than before, so therefore you might get to do less stuff. Dining rooms, parties, pools, even the gym or the spa could have fewer and fewer spots. So therefore, you might get really stuck on getting to do everything that your ship has to offer. One really sad thing that I'm anticipating is that we might lose some cruise lines. Cruise lines take on a huge amount of debt. And right now, with them not operating, they are running through a lot of their liquidity. Now, a lot of your major ones might survive, but some of your smaller cruise lines that are really struggling right now, we might see go bankrupt. Now, Carnival and Royal Caribbean, those are kind of your mom and pop. They have all kinds of cruise lines that are underneath them. So while Carnival might still be sailing and Royal Caribbean is still going strong, you might see some of the smaller ones that are under their corporations go. Something very similar to this happened after the terrorist attacks in New York City on 9/11. A lot of people were really scared to travel, and because they weren't traveling, they weren't cruising. And a lot of your smaller cruise lines went bankrupt. If you are especially looking at a smaller cruise line, you might want to hold off because they might not be around by the time your sailing date comes. As I mentioned before, price is a huge factor for me and for most of you cruising out there. Now, while cruise fares are going down, you might see extra fees go up and therefore end up costing you even more money. If there are really strict social distancing rules that go into place, cruises might even be limited to how many people they can fit on the ship. So instead of going on a mega ship that's got 6,000 people, you might see that reduced to 3,000 people. Well, the operating costs for that ship are still going to be around the same. Therefore, the price per person could increase overall. We could see increase in transportation costs, such as maybe trains or airline flights or even gas to drive to the port. Parking could be a big issue because some of these ports haven't made money in a really long time, so you could see the cost to park your car go up even more. A lot of companies that provide travel insurance have paid out big amounts of money to pay the claims in the last couple of months, so they could increase the premiums. Port fees, gratuities, and even shore excursions could increase as well because a lot of these destinations haven't had a lot of income coming in the last couple of months, and they've really got to make up for it. While it might cost you nickels and dimes to get on the ship, once you're on there, you could see extra fees that are really not going to make it worthwhile. So I'd hold off on booking. The last reason why you should hold off is changes in itineraries. When cruise lines make their itineraries, they set them out for years in advance. So a lot of the itineraries that are on the books right now were made before this pandemic was even going on. You could see a lot of changes happening in order for these cruises to start up again. You have a lot of hotspot places that are visited by cruises every single day. Because they are hotspots in high population areas, they might be closed. So your Bahamas cruise that goes to Nassau and Half Moon Cay might just go to Half Moon Cay. Or if you're going all throughout the Caribbean, Cozumel or San Juan could get canceled because they don't want to bring in any outside tourists. In the fine print on your cruise ticket contract, it actually states that port destinations could change for any reason at any time. It could be day 1 on your 7-day cruise, and the destination that you're going on day 5 could announce that they are not allowing ships to come in because they've just had a recent outbreak all over again. Because of this uncertainty and how your itinerary could change, don't push that book button. Now, in no way am I telling you to stop cruising because I love it and you should definitely have that experience. All I'm saying is right now, just hold off a little bit. There's a lot of things that could change. There's a lot of uncertainty with the cruise industry right now, and it might be best to just hold off, take a minute and breathe, and unfortunately be patient all over again before you start booking. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found any value, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips, tricks, and vlogs. My name's Anthony, and I'll see you guys next time.